I mean, sometimes we get forwards and mids on this show, and we're happy to have them. But very, very happy to have this man, Jordan Clarke from the Freo Football Club, a backman, joins us. Jordy, how are you, mate?
Going well, guys. Thanks for having me. It's a privilege.
Yeah,
anytime. We always make time for the backman.
Privilege, absolutely.
So nice young man.
Let's start there. BackChat Backman of the Year. We're running that pretty heavy this year. Last year went to Jack Buckley. He edged out Harris Andrews and Sam Collins. Fremantle had a few players, but what about this year? Can you put some names in lights? Would you like to put yourself up in that sort of realm? Who's going to be contesting this year, do you think?
No, I do like seeing the traditional fullbacks be up there amongst that award. So I will go out of the square a little bit and say Oscar McDonald, if he gets a fair bit of a run this year, I'll watch him feature quite nice out there, I reckon.
Like it. I've liked what I've seen from him. Although we love Joel Hamling and he's out the door to Sydney, Oscar's come in down and he's just fitting in beautifully down in the Freo backline. How is the well, let's talk about the backs. How are the backs feeling before round one, mate? You must be ready to play some footy.
Yeah, it's a weird bunch of group, as you know. You got a mixture of all sorts back there. So we're all in fine form at the moment. Just coming together, just wanting to play together. That's what we value, is just a back seven, united group who just love punching the ball away from blokes. So we can't wait to get back out there and just get stuck into it, if I'm honest.
Very good.
Now, Jordan, we've heard about other backlines from other teams in the past, giving themselves a bit of a nickname or a bit of a mantra. Do you guys have something back there at Freo?
Everyone always throws around the misfits, but I've been at Geelong, I've been at Freo, and everyone calls the backlines the misfits. So personally, as a playing group, we don't really tend to run with that, but we actually cop it a fair bit at the club. The guest and see blokes like to get into us and tell us there's not much brains back there, but I don't know. We don't have a little group name at the moment, but I'm sure we can work on that and I can get back to you.
Sure. Well, let me just give you something to throw back at he's saying the SNC lads like to talk. I mean, seriously, sports and strength and conditioning. Congratulations. Well done, fellas. Get on the treadmill, run some laps. Forwards, sell memberships. Mid, sign sponsorships, but backs win premierships. That's all you have to say back to him.
I think it's a given. We don't even have to say that. I think he knows. So we don't have to bite back on his rubbish.
That's very good. What about the team, mate? How are you all feeling before round one? It must be somewhat exciting, but you're also probably a bit over the preseason.
Yeah, there's elements of, you go through the grind of preseason, you play scratchies, and then you're really excited because you're back into games, and then you play against each other for about a month, and then you start getting sick of that because it's not the opposition, and then you play a few games and they're not really for premiership points, and it just feels like the lead up can be very long at times, and you just want to get cracking against opposition rather than belting each other up and then having to travel and play those sorts of games. But obviously pre-season's been largely very good. A bit of a disappointing effort against Port a few weeks ago, but they're a very good side, so we learned a lot out of that, and we looked at it as a very good learning opportunity. So good to have a freshen up against a really good team and a good quality outfit like them.
You played a little bit of up the ground, a bit on the wing last year. It looks like from what I've seen this year, you're sort of locked down in that back seven. I know you spent a lot of time there last year. Is that where you like to? Do you think that's where you play your best footy? That back flank, the run, the carry, taking the game on?
Yeah, absolutely. We're as a seven come game day, we're a back seven. We're not 7-1. We've 1v1. So, our roles can change from week to week. Some weeks I might be that guy higher up the ground who's, taking the game on, or some weeks I might be better suited to playing a bit more of a defensive role on a faster, smaller type of player. So each week can change, and it doesn't always change as much as I'm saying it can, but, with personnel out and things like that, your role can change a bit, as you'd be aware. Scully playing in the back line, you never really know until game day, and you just get it done.
Just pretty disappointing before the season even starts to lose Swaggy, Sean Darcy. What's that change for you? Anything, or any sort of any difference for you in the back line there? Obviously a big loss there, your ruckman there.
Yeah, I tried to throw my name up to JL to go have a run on ball, and he politely knocked that back. But losing Swaggy, yeah, obviously we know the class and the quality player he is, and he's massive for our midfield. Often we get first hands on the ball because of how good he is in there, and I guess we didn't have him towards the back end of last year either, and we were able to play some good footy. So it still gives the boys confidence that we can play good footy without having one of our best players out there on the ground. So But I know he's doing everything he can to be back in the frame very soon.
So Swaggy, also Luke Jackson, but some of your midfielders, I do see them come back and help. So as backman, Dan, they're your favourites.
Yep.
Not those mids running around trying to kick goals. It's the ones that come back, get in the hole, listen, get a little bit of feedback. Who's the best at that in the midfield group? Who do you love seeing when they come back to help out a little bit?
Well, Youngie, definitely Youngie, but I don't think he can count because he's played his 4 years of AFL football in the backline, so it's ingrained in him. It's a mentality that he's got, and we've been big on Andy Brayshaw, but he's also very good at getting back there for kick-ins too. He likes to get that first one off the kicker, so we're trying to just weed him out a bit and say, mate, just hang around the top of the 50 we and get out of our way. But in all honesty, the more mids, wingers you can get down there helping out, the better. So if they watch this, I hope to see all of them back there in round one.
Right, so okay, no good at golf. That's okay. Can hit him at cricket, but JL stopped you. That's good too. Yeah. Dan's done a bit of research. Knew you were coming on. Just had a bit of a look around, just the World Wide Web. Dan, what have you found?
Well, I am on this platform called Cameo, and I charge people next to nothing for a video.
Next to nothing.
Some people
$30.
No, I bumped my price from 5 to 10, but I thought that was overs. You're on Swish, right? And I just searched your name up. $75. For a video,
what do you provide?
Seems steep.
Story behind this.
All right, go on.
The bloke messaged me numerous times trying to get me involved, and I will say $75 is an absolute rip-off because I've achieved absolutely nothing in my life so far.
No.
And Swish, he kept buttering up. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to make the profile and I'm going to set the price ridiculous amount so no one will actually request me. And therefore, I'm on the platform, but no one's going to, ask for a video. Turns out I've got people coming left, right and centre wanting birthday messages and that. So I actually feel really bad.
That's right, man. You got to get that money. That's good. Good on you.
I'm happy to cop it because that is a ridiculous price for what I can dish up.
Oh, that's brilliant stuff. Mate, what do you foresee in the matchup coming up this week, mate? Round one, big game. You've got a home game as well. It must be good to be playing at Optus.
Yeah, I love playing at Optus. It's the best stadium in the world. It's so loud, the atmosphere is great, and it's a great oval for blokes who like to run. So, the matchup, let's get back to that. I'm thinking it's going to be very competitive. Obviously, Brisbane, a very good team. They took Carlton all the way to the end last week and then played in the grand final last year. So, very, very good outfit. It'll be a good test for us early up this year, but I'm hoping that given our pre-season, we dish up something a fair bit better than what we did against Port Adelaide, and I'm quite confident that we can do that.
I'd love to see Brennan Cox get out there. We've seen he's half a chance. Have you been into him? He said, no worries, Coxie. Oscar's got this covered. No worries. You don't have to give us an update on Brennan, but it'll be good to get him back in the side when you can. He's a good player.
Yeah, he's a very good player, and he's probably very underrated. I come to the club and I went, who is this bloke? I've never heard of this bloke. It's the same thing he's probably said when I walked through the door, to be honest. So, and ever since I walked into these four walls at Freo, he's probably been our most valuable player in the back line. I mean, he never gets beaten. His composure when the ball hits the ground, and then his intercept marking ability is next to none. So, no others in the comp. He's a gun, and he seems to just rise above everything, each challenge each week. And for someone, if you get to know him, he's a very laid-back character, and that's how he plays his footy. And he's an absolute gun. So one of our most valuable for sure.
Looking forward to seeing you boys go about it against Brisbane this weekend. Good luck, Matt.
Good luck.
Very, very big fans of yours here at BackChat. Jordan Clarke, thanks for joining us on the show, mate.
No worries. Thanks, lads.